My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my ranking of Alex Proyas' filmography from worst to best. And this will be a ranking of The Crow, Dark City, I, Robot, Knowing, and Gods of Egypt. I know he also directed Spirits of the Air, Gremlins of the Clouds, and Garage Days, but I didn't watch them, so I'm just ranking the 5 movies I have seen. But this guy isn't just one of the most underrated filmmakers of all time, he is one of my favorites. His movies have a distinct style to them, they're very well crafted. I think he's weird and ambitious in his storytelling. I like how his movies have engaging mysteries, they tackle religion or mythology in interesting ways. Like, I just adore this dude. So, let's begin with his worst movie. And it's the only movie of his I haven't reviewed yet, and it's The Crow. Now, I want to make this clear. I love this movie. I think it's awesome. It is so beautifully shot, and it's just oozing with atmosphere and style the entire time. It is an incredibly well crafted movie. I think Brandon Lee gives a very great performance, and I love the mythology on display. The story is good. I like it. This guy gets killed, he comes back, and he's out for revenge, and he's pretty much just like, remember me, and then he kills a bunch of dudes. It's great. I love it. It's just not much else to this movie. It's the most underwhelming substance while still being consistently entertaining, and that's as negative as I can get. So yeah, like I still love this movie, it's great, you should watch it, but out of his filmography, it is my least favorite. Then in fourth place, we've got Gods of Egypt, and I know this is his most critically panned movie. It was a box office disaster, and I kinda love it. It's just so weird and ambitious and out there. And for a movie of this size to just be as gleefully weird brings a smile to my face. Like, there's nothing else like it. You've got these gods that turn into these mecha gods, and that's really great. You've got these giant snakes, you've got some fantastic booby trap sequences, it goes into the underworld. There's just so much going on in this movie, and it's all entertaining. I think you've got some very entertaining action, you've got some great performances. Like Nicola Coster-Waldau, I really like. Brenton Thwart is very entertaining, and Gerard Butler is great as a villain. I love the ticking clock element with the dead girlfriend. I thought that added some nice tension and also very psychologically disturbing. And yeah, like it's just a movie I have so much fun watching, and I love it. I think it's just fantastic. His third best movie is Dark City. Now, this is a movie that I didn't know anything about when I started it, but it's just a very engaging mystery. It gets weirder and weirder the more it progresses, but everything it's going for just completely worked for me. It explores what makes you, you, what does it mean to be human in just a very fascinating way. And I think there is some amazing production design in this movie. It's very weird and very out there, and it's just a movie that's truly unlike anything else. I was entertained the entire time while watching it. I think the action, for the most part, is fantastic, and it's just a big, ambitious movie. It's a movie I don't want to go too in depth with because the less you know, the better it is. So there's so much I want to say, but I'm holding back because not enough of you have seen it. But definitely watch it. I love it. That's why it's my third favorite. My second favorite is I, Robot, and this is a movie I grew up with. It's always been one I loved, and I still love it to this day. I think it's actually very underrated. The CGI for the most part holds up, but there is some amazing production design in this movie. I love the look of the robot and how they turn red when they're evil. It's just something so small, but it just adds to the movie. I think the mystery is very engaging, and it just explores big ideas of what it means to be human, what is a soul, in just a fascinating way. I think Will Smith is fantastic here. He carries this movie so well. He has so much personality, but he can also bring emotional depth to his character when it's needed. That flashback sequence is just devastating. And I love the character arc he goes on. And I also thought Bridget Monahan was really great as well, and how she starts off as cold and robotic, but she becomes a more warm presence by the end of the movie. Alan Tudyk is really great. I think the action is fantastic in this movie. I love the way it's shot. There's so many spinning camera movements that I just loved. And the final battle is just perfection. You know, when Detective Spooner's like, "Save the girl!" And then he's like, "I must apply the nanite." And he goes like, "Sonny, save the girl!" And then he saves the girl, and Will Smith catches it and then puts his robotic arm down Vicky's like electric beam thing in order to stop her. Goosebumps, what it means character-wise, thematically, and while just being a very tense moment, it's just perfection. I also love the music in this movie. It just adds to the atmosphere. Yeah, I love this movie. It's great. I don't know why it's not talked about more, but it should be. But my favorite movie of Alex Proyas is actually Knowing, which got terrible reviews when it came out, but I just love it. Like, this is a movie with three very distinct acts. The first one is a mystery regarding these numbers, and I loved this section. It's just so engaging. The second act is a disaster movie with some great set pieces. And the last act is an apocalyptic sci-fi fantasy movie which is just so ambitious and so weird, but also so meaningful. And just the way it transitions from one type of movie to the next, it's done seamlessly. I think Nicolas Cage is just fantastic here, and there's a lot of depth to his character, and how he left religion, but how he makes his way back to it by the end of the movie, I thought was very meaningful. The ending of this movie is just phenomenal. Like, it is ambitious, it goes for it, and it has so much emotion behind it. I think the visual effects are just fantastic in this movie. It's just a movie that is consistently entertaining. It's very accessible, but everyone can watch it and have a different takeaway. Is it meant to be seen as a religious story? Or is it meant to be seen as a sci-fi story? Were those angels? Were they not? What's going on? There's so many different interpretations and conversations you can have with people about it, while still just being a very engaging, very emotional, very investing movie. And I love it. I just think it deserves so much more credit than it actually gets. So, anyways, yeah, it's just a really fantastic movie. But Alex Proyas is just a fantastic filmmaker. I wish he'd make something again soon, but we'll see. I love his movies. I love every single movie I talked about just now, so you should watch them all. But what's your ranking of his filmography? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.